What's going on everyone, Ollelito back here with a brand new video on the channel. Today guys, I will be showing you the best controller settings and the best camera settings on EFT24. But before we jump into today's video, make sure to follow my Twitch, that's going to be here. And up here, as I said in the past videos, 90% of you guys are not subscribing to the channel. So please press that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on bell as well so you don't miss any videos that's coming up. As I said, now I will be posting 3 to 4 videos every week, and I'm trying out different tactics every time during the weekend live on Twitch. My name there is Ollelito, so please follow me there as well to not miss anything coming your way, because there I'm also trying to teach you guys how to play a bit. But today I will show you guys, as I said, my controller settings and the best camera settings on EFC24. So, we start off by going into game settings, and we will showcase the controller settings first of all, and then later on we jump into the camera settings. Whatever I'm using and what I know other pro players are using in terms of what they use basically, because obviously at the top level it's very, you know, from person to person. There's like a lot of people that play co-op, some people play telebroadcast, but I think the difference is what makes, you know, these different camera settings so good is the width and the depth in the camera. So we start off by going into the game settings, and as I said, we start with the customized controller settings. And if you want to have the best conditions before you jump into a game, make sure to copy all of these. So we start by using competitive here on preset. Auto shots, assist headers I can't change. Shoot assistance I have on assisted, and time finishing is on. Time finishing should always be on. If you watched my last video, you saw these 5 secret pro tips that pros don't want you to use. Timing is one of the keys that you need to use, and don't have this on off. I mean, learn how to time a shot and you will become so much better in front of goal. So time finishing should be on. That's a very, very important one. Through pass assistant, semi, lob through pass, semi, ground pass assistant and cross assistant I have on assisted. I usually don't really touch these too much. Pass receiver lock I have on late. Precision pass sensitivity I have on normal. Defending I have on auto clearance, I can't switch. Clearance assistant I have the directional, which means the power remains fully assisted and the earliest possible contact point will be selected. Jockey I have manual. Defending you can choose between tactical or advanced. For me, at the start of the game I did tactical, and then I switched later to actually advanced. But for me, the only difference between these two is the tactical defending is how you used to defend in the past years. Like, it's exactly the same. But if you go to advanced, the only thing that's a bit different is that you can make this shoulder barge by pressing X on your controller and not circle. You can see the button here. Pressing that X button, the one, the same button that you pass with, will make you go into a challenge. And for me, I never used that. Like, I never felt comfortable with doing that, so I always played with tactical, but that's also personal preference. Pass block assistant is on. Auto switching is manual, because if you're not having this on manual and you have it on air balls and loose balls, for example, the corners will auto lock you off. So when you're trying to defend corners, for example, and you select your tallest player, then when the corner is coming in, it will auto switch you off to another player, which will make you not be able to defend the player that you try to get close to, if that makes sense. So always try to use manual here. That's what I've been using the whole year, and it helped me a lot in terms of defending corners. Of course, corners, sometimes you can't defend them because they are undefendable, but manual will make it way easier. Also switching move assistant none, right stick switching classic, player relative, and then for right stick switching sensitivity I have on 4. I used to do 5 or 6, but I think 4 is a very, very good kind of balance, you know. 4 or 5 I would say, can even go 3 if you want to, but 4 for me has been working very, very good, so that's why. Next, player switching is classic. Play lock, always have this on, and make sure to master your play locks. I've done videos about that as well. Just search on Ollelito play lock and you will find these kind of videos on how to use it to your biggest advantage. Icon switching always off, makes it way, way easier for me to defend. Orbit dribbling is on, I don't know why. Goalkeeper I have on assisted, and then Alarog sprint, trigger effect and user vibration feedback is off. Then if we go into match, I usually don't switch these kind of things a lot, so I don't really touch them. We wait for camera. For visual here, this is the same thing that Anders Vergang is doing, and I actually copied this from him. He's using player name and he's using player indicator large, and I don't know why he's doing that, but that's maybe because he wants to see the players more, or like see them more clear because he's sitting very close to the screen. So I've copied these, and I think it's actually pretty nice, you know, to be able to have the large marker or indicator above the player's head, if that makes sense. Playstyles on overhead indicators, I have this on off, usually because I know the playstyles of my players, so I don't really try to use that too much, but you can have it if you want to, but it's not something that you need to have. Next, player switch indicator, I only have it in single player, but I think you should always have this in single player as well on, because then you see the next player switching, which is really, really important. I have a player base difficult on, hold to skip on, time score display on, off, on, and I don't really touch these too much either. There's nothing that I've been touching here in terms of, you know, visual. Rules are the same, audio's the same, but then if we go into camera, then I've been using telebroadcast this whole year, and I think for me, telebroadcast has been the best camera. I know for a lot of guys, they are playing telebroadcast 20-0, so they play, for example, 20 height, and zoom is going to be 0, but for me, I like to play 10-5, basically because, of course, if you have it on 20 and 0, you see the whole pitch, which is really, really good. But if your you're not feeling comfortable in defense, then it can be really hard. So I will show you how my camera is looking right now. So this is how my camera looks actually when I'm playing a normal game. I think it's, you know, the perfect balance between actually, you know, seeing what the opponent is doing in terms of finding these small kind of pockets in between his defense can actually be helpful with having a camera that's a bit more zoomed in. But at the same time, if you have a camera that's not zoomed in and more wide, then you have all these runs. So for example, I can't really see at the top right up here, and I can't really see at the bottom left, but I still think it's going okay, you know, and I can still see what's going to happen. I can still see the far side now. But if you really want to be better in attacking wise, play, for example, telebroadcast 20.0. That will help you massively. But if you feel like you're struggling in defense, which I did when I played the telebroadcast 20.0, make sure to always try to zoom in a bit more, because that made it easier for me, at least, to defend in this camera. So that's the telebroadcast for you, but if you really want to, I could also advise you guys, if you want to be able to see the whole pitch, you know, if you want to have the widest camera out of them all, make sure to switch this from telebroadcast to co-op and then do 20.0. You will be able to see the whole field, and that should be 20 height, 0 zoom, and you will be able to see the whole field, and you will have a very, I don't know, an easier time going forward for sure, but I think it's very hard defending in that formation, mainly because the spaces are so wide, you know, like you don't really see what's happening in terms of what you move your defenders, and I felt like I got way more aggressive because I thought I was, you know, closer than what I really was, if that makes sense. So for me, 10.5 worked perfectly in terms of telebroadcast. Let me know what you guys are using down below in the comments. That would be much appreciated. If you guys tried out co-op, what you prefer between telebroadcast and co-op. And as I said, thank you so much for watching. This was a video that was requested by a lot of people, so that's why I wanted to bring this up. But yeah, these are my controller settings and my camera settings. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment something nice down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for the support recently. You guys are the greatest. And I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, stay safe, stay humble, and see you soon. Bye-bye. Finesse shot as well, so you can take a few pop shots from far out of the box. For the defenders, always try to look for defenders with the defensive playstyles. Most likely the block or the intercept, I would say, are the key ones. And then for the strikers, always try to look for someone that has finesse shot plus and also a bit of ball control. Maybe the technical, maybe the first touch, maybe rapid, whatever. But that's a bit of personal preference. So strikers, finesse shot, CMs, long ball pass playstyles, or the ping pass. And then for the defenders, block or intercept, for example. So tip number 3 for this video will be to not spam your weekly games on Fridays. Save your games for a later date, maybe to Sunday, Monday, even Tuesdays, and you will get a lot more rage quits, not have a good chance or high chance of facing pro players, which you don't really want to, because you want to achieve the highest possible score in weekly league or for champions, but also because all the pro players are playing their games mostly on Fridays because they want to get their rewards as quick as possible, then to be able to sell the players as quick as possible and then try to build their dream team. So avoid playing Friday and Saturday. Try to save your games for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and it's fine if you play a few games on Saturday, but mainly do not play on Friday. So guys, tip number 4 will be always try to